Teruvan Saranai. Good evening, everyone. Let's begin our Sunday's special rain retreat program. Please sit comfortably wherever you are and join for the meditation and Dhamma talk this evening. First of all, we are paying homage to the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Let's recite together, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Itipiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho. Vijñācarana sampanno sugato lokavidu. Anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati. Sattha deva manussanang. Buddho bhagavati. Swakato bhagavata dhammo sandittiko. Akaliko ehipassiko opanaiko. Pacchatthang veditabbo viññohiti. Supatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho. Ujjupatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho. Ñāyapatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho. Samicipatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho. Yadidang cattari puresa yugani. Atta puresa punggala. Esa bhagavato sāvaka sangho. Ahuneyo pahuneyo. Dakkineyo anjali karaniyo. Anuttarang punyak kettang lokasati. Sadhu, 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 sadhu. I pay homage to the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear friends and children in the Dhamma, in this evening we are getting ready to practice meditation and to listen the Dhamma talk. So we are spending rainy retreat season. Today is the July 9th, Sunday. This evening, you all are joining to meditate in order to develop our spiritual development. So first of all, I like to ask everyone, sit comfortably wherever you are and relax yourself, calm your mind, withdraw all other thoughts, and feel the relaxation of your body and mind. So, as you know, the meditation or the mindfulness help us to see the right perspective. It's all about our practice. The mind moves here and there in the company of many thoughts. So we all experience it. This swirling mass of thoughts or internal mind status are constantly added to by new thoughts generated by external events. These new thoughts are generated by how we grasp an external events through our sensory organs, such as the eye, ear, nose, tongue, and the body. By using these senses, we've been creating many thoughts, experiencing the external objects. At the same time, we've been creating the internal thoughts as well. We experience an external form by seeing with the eye and becoming eye conscious. So we call vijnana. Similarly, for each of the other senses, we experience sounds with the ear, smells with the nose, tastes with the tongue, and touch with the body. And become conscious of each of these sensations. So why do we practice mindfulness, sati? So the practitioner would able to see the behavior of minds. The practitioner would able to see the attachment, how these experiences generating many thoughts. So it's kind of mirror. The mindfulness is a mirror. You know, these internal status of mind what are they? From birth through early childhood and adolescence, as we are able to comprehend, we gradually absorb impressions, knowledge, and concepts. From where? From our parents, teachers, books, and newspapers, and so forth, and the internet. We deposit this in our mind as a database or reference library of our internal status of mind. These mind status are generated by the signals dispatched from our sensory organs, such as the eyes, ear, nose, tongue, and body. We are experiencing and grasping an external event. When we experience something new, the mind flies it away. When we experience it again and again, the mind is aware that this has been experienced before and is familiar. Or we are able to determine something we don't know by comparing with the information we have and concluding that it is something new. In our daily life, interpreting experiences is a necessary skill. As a practitioner, that they can analyze the things critically. So it is very important to see the things as it is. But sometimes we can also interpret things and come to our own conclusion, resulting in faulty views. So all our mind states are created by ourselves. Mano pubbang gama dhamma mano setta manomaya. This stanza says the mind led by all actions. Mind is a forerunner. Mind is a master. There is a word in the Buddha's teaching known as raga. The Pali word, we use the praga. This word means clinging and attachment. In the first discourse of the Buddha, called Dhamma Cakkappavattana Sutra, says Nandi Raga Sahagata. In Pali, the Nandati means happy or joyful. Happy. Raga means clinging or attachment. We become attached to our experiences created by the signals we receive through our sense organs. These are the thoughts or mind states that make up our mind. We learn facts and figures relevant to this subject. We are focused on information we need for everyday living. We can continue to increase this knowledge without it being a problem. How do we do so? This is the question. What we are referring to here are mind states that exhaust us, make us tired and sick of life, those mind states that are not peaceful, that lead us astray and to lose our way. Why do we meditate? What is the results? What are the results? By practicing meditation, we meditate to cultivate a peaceful mind. How this happen? That there are more benefits. The practitioner can experience more benefits through the mindfulness. A mind that is not peaceful is very stressful. Sometimes the very popular word is stress. Stressful. Mind is always seeking to pleasantful moment or pleasantful experiences. That we all know, the pleasantful experiences sometimes would convert it as unpleasant experiences. The world we experience is therefore one that is created by the sense organs. The mind is a fast moving energy. We all can experience it. Suppose you had a wonderful memory. So you can just recall your wonderful memory whenever, wherever, whatever. So, the mindfulness help us to see the behavior of my mind. As I mentioned, the mind is a fast moving energy, very fast. The mind is one that moves from one mind state to another mind state, constantly creating various mind states. This is the nature of the mind. Because of this fast moving nature, we have the impression that the externally generated mind states are stable. Our experiences last a brief time. But all things are subject to change and are changing from moment to moment. For example, the reason why a person's life is divided into periods such as childhood and youth to describe such change. One other reason why we associate thoughts with time and feel as though they dwell for periods of time is, because in life we attend to a variety of tasks and activities, and time is taken up by this. So, what we want to accomplish through this Dhamma investigation or research is that while we are attending all our tasks and activities, we can observe and understand the speed with which our mind works and the nature of the changes. Because the nature of our mind is would not accept some changes, would not like to accept some changes. We cannot stop. It would experience or happen absolutely. What happened then? Feel like unpleasant feelings. This understanding help us achieve a peaceful state of mind. There is a purpose of meditation. There is a purpose of investigation in the Dhamma. So no one would get confused. The answers already found, already there. No worry, no more lamentation, no more cry, no grief. So these are the benefits that we all can experience through this understanding, the Dhamma. Dependent origination and the eight noble path. So teach us how to develop each steps, each moment, reflecting ourselves. So eventually that the practitioner gradually they can experience the development of each status of the mind. It is a joyful experience. The word raga means the attachment of the mind. Usually we, all the cause of suffering is based on the attachment. So what we do here through this investigation or the research, the practitioner would able to realize the attachment and cause suffering, and is at the same time the practitioner realize the things are the temporary. So that we use the word conventional attachment, conventionally, not the absolutely. So if it is absolute, that we can keep the things as it is. The attachment is not the absolute truth. The attachment is the conventional truth. So why do we worry about the conventional truth? So we are looking the absolute truth through the mindfulness meditation. So the word raga is the clinging or attachment, And if the mind gets attached to something, that is raga, we call raga. These status of mind due to attachment generates feelings, those status of mind and feelings that we desire have consequences. What really is the result of minds are attached. Minds that indulge in feelings of enjoyment are prone to change. These situations don't stay the same or the way we want. They stay that way only for a short time. Nobody like, what we really like it. So we don't want to change it. Nobody want to lose something, So sometimes we associate very good friends, family members, and so we don't need to lose anyone. But sometimes, we experience, sometimes they would say permanently goodbye to us. Yeah, this is what we experience. These feelings do not last and are not permanent. When they do not stay the way we want them to, then we feel sad, disappointed, as I mentioned earlier. So, the unpleasant feelings. If things don't stay the way we want them to, then the result of the attachment is not productive or useless. If things stay the way we want, that is pleasurable, but it does not. Then what is the point of being attached to something that is unproductive? If there is no attachment, there is no disappointment, sadness, and grief. Where there is no attachment, there is nothing to lose. The meditation teach us unconditional happiness. The word happy and joy has two meanings. Suppose when in our day-to-day life, we can be happy doing and receiving many more things. The joy, according to the Buddhist Dhamma, the joy comes from our bottom of our heart. When you realize or you found or you overcome any kind of suffering, you feel joyful. When you realize the Dhamma, you feel joyful, pleasantful feelings. This never be changed. The word raga, and the second word is a dosa. Dosa is the turbulence and anger that occurs in the mind when we don't get what we want. The mind is struggling, seeking the pleasant experiences. All of you know this mind would like to change the events very quickly. This is when it is helpful to understand that the states of mind and thoughts we are holding onto and grasping and attached to are transient and temporarily impermanent. The word impermanent sounds like, sometimes some would feel not pleasant to hear the impermanent. Through the meditation, through the Dhamma, so we realize the real meaning of impermanence. So if we understand that these attachments are not permanent, then the mind will not have the same expectations. When we realize that attachment is without results, then there is no turbulence in the mind, no grief and disappointment. This is a very important realization. We are liberated from a mind that has lost its way and is imprisoned. The mind that is imprisoned can break all bonds and fetters and come to this ultimate realization. You are now liberated and free. In the midst of life's challenges and the obstacles, this realization of the nature of life, you can be truly happy and peaceful. You will be invigorated by your liberated mind. Through the meditation, through the Dhamma investigation, so these benefits that we can experience itself right now. Akaliko. The Dhamma, the results is right now, not for tomorrow, not next week. Right now, all the experiences that we can experience. The realization, the liberated mind is help us to live peacefully, and the ultimate goal is the Buddhist meditation and Buddhist practitioners is to become an enlightenment person. So sometimes some would think, oh, this is so hard. So I have to read more books, many books. Many hours we have to spend for the practice. Sometimes, doing small things that can be change your inner or your mind. It would help to develop your inner peace. As a Buddhist, they always observe the precepts, 5 precepts. The first precept is, I'm abstaining from harming to others, verbally, physically, and mentally. I'm not harming. The second precept is I'm abstaining from stealing. The third precept is I'm abstaining from misuse my senses. So this based on the mindfulness or sati. If the senses misused, mind got stuck, crazy, and so many things would happen. The fourth precept is I'm abstaining from telling lies. The fifth one is I'm abstaining from taking intoxicants, which could violate all principles. Practicing meditation, the meditation is we need to prepare for meditation. So you may find out the suitable location for meditation. Sometimes you may sit a comfortable seat, very peaceful location. But when you sit for meditate, the mind started to making disturbances. Sometimes you may experience it. Some past memories pop up our mind, and the future expectations and the present moment, many thoughts are wandering, come and go. They are jumping like a monkey mind here and there. So, do not discourage and do not stop your practice. Try as your best, because we have to practice, and with these challenges are the teachers. They teach us how this mind is, how these thoughts, how my mind is working, wandering and jumping thoughts to thoughts, that you can just watch your mind yourself. So with these disturbances or challenges, we have to move our practice. So that is important. What happened to next steps? You would experience that no any obstacles during your practice session. You will get the maximum benefits, 10 minutes or 15 minutes or 30 minutes when your practice session is completely get the positive results based on your practice. So that we can eradicate our own defilements, as well as simultaneously we can observe my all kind of defilements, and as well as the peaceful mind. So this is how we practice and how we experience our peace or peaceful mind. So I like to ask everyone or invite everyone, please dedicate your time to meditate and spend some time. Daily practice is very essential. Daily practice. When you practice more, spend more time, your practice will grow. So this is then you can investigate yourself to overcome any defilements. The dependent origination is the first word is use the ignorance. Ignorance, not knowing the Four Noble Truths, not knowing the Noble Eightfold Path. The not knowing means we give the chance to mind to behave, but what we do here, we change it, and we get the control at our hand. Then we can control our mind, what we really want. So then we can realize it, so we can overcome our ignorance. The Four Noble Truths teach us the suffering or dissatisfaction, how this happened. So Buddha teach us our own experiences, what we experience day-to-day life. By seeing and investigating, you can overcome the sufferings. So please meditate, everyone, at least 10-15 minutes per day. This practice would help you to become an enlightenment person in this life. This practice would help you to develop your spiritual enhancement. So this is what we really want. So right now, friends, let's meditate for a few minutes. Please sit and adjust your seat and try to straighten your back and head. Gently close your eyes. Please pay your attention to the breath body. Very peaceful, very calm, relax. Just experience the relax of your body and the mind. Okay, let's meditate the breathing meditation for a few minutes, please. All of you feel, you can just observe the breathing going in and out. I'm mindfully breathing in long. I'm mindfully breathing out long. Okay, well, let's read the translation of the Metta Sutra. We share our kindful thoughts to our family members, myself, family members, and all beings be well, happy, and peaceful. The translation of the Metta Sutra. This is what should be done by one who is skilled in goodness and who knows the path of peace. Let them be able and upright, straightforward and gentle in speech, humble and not conceited, contented and easily satisfied, unburdened with duties and frugal in their ways, peaceful and calm and wise and skillful, not proud or demanding. Let them not do slightest things that the wise would later reprove. Wishing in gladness and in safety, may all beings be at ease. Whatever living beings there may be, whether they are weak or strong, omitting none, the great or the mighty, medium, short or small, the seen and the unseen, those living near and far away, those born and yet to be born, may all beings be at ease. Let none deceive another or despise any being in any state. Let none through anger or ill will wish harm upon another. Even as a mother protect with her child, her only child, so with a boundless heart should one cherish all living beings, radiating kindness over the entire world, spreading upwards to the skies and downwards to the depths, outwards and unbounded, freed from hatred and ill will, whether standing or walking, seated or lying down. With alertness, one should sustain this recollection. This is said to be the sublime abiding. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. May all these merits we transfer our departed relatives. May they receive these merits, be well, happy, and peaceful. May you also be well, happy, and peaceful. All the blessings be with you. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Akhasattha cha bhummattha deva anaga mahiddhika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkantu loka sasanang. Akhasattha cha bhummattha deva anaga mahiddhika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkantu loka sasanang. Akhasattha cha bhummattha deva anaga mahiddhika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkantu loka sasanang. All the blessings be with you. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.